Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best TV shows of 2020. For this list, we're looking at television series that made their debut in 2020, as well as ongoing series that released new episodes this year, helping us get through a time when binge watching has never been more comforting. So, what was your favorite TV show in 2020? Be sure to let us know in the comments. All right, let's check it out.
Number 10, Rick and Morty Season 4.5. Airing its first half in late 2019, the fourth season of this iconic animated series dropped its second half in May of 2020. While we only got 5 episodes, they were 5 instant classics, showing no signs of dipping in quality. If anything, the series is only getting more inventive, experimental, and meta with age.
A simulation.
Worse, an anthology.
Okay, so how do we hijack it?
Oh, Morty, it's been hijacked for at least 2 full minutes. Are you not hearing this insane conversation? Okay, tickets please, guy. Stop the anthology. If we wanted one-offs, we'd do interdimensional cable.
The season's standout is the Emmy-winning The Vat of Acid episode, which is distinguished by an almost 5-minute montage that balances humor, romance, and tragedy with virtually no dialogue. It's like the opening of Up with a few twisted twists. Although Rick and Morty works great as an episodic comedy, the season finale advances several ongoing story arcs in thrilling and unexpected ways, leaving us especially excited for Season 5.
You did your best. Maybe you need a break. Don't you ever miss Earth?
I don't have to miss it. I'm technically still there. My dad made a perfect clone of me to take my place.
Number 9, Ted Lasso Season 1. We all know that Jason Sudeikis is a talented comedian, but sometimes we forget that he's also a highly versatile actor. He can go from playing a hateable villain in something like Colossal to the most lovable person on the planet in Ted Lasso.
For a lot of us, that's not how Ted Lasso found his way into our hearts, certainly not into our living rooms. For me, it'll always be Ted celebrating a moment of joy with his team.
Sudeikis shines as the titular character, an optimistically naive coach who doesn't realize right away that he's being set up to fail. Despite having the odds stacked up against him, it's impossible not to be won over by Ted's charm.
I'll tell you what, that niece of yours is a real cutie patootie.
Enough. I've had it with your mind games and your stupid gifts. I mean, what even is A Wrinkle in Time?
It's a lovely novel. It's the story of a young girl's struggle with the burden of leadership as she journeys through space.
This makes it all the more frustrating and emotionally conflicting from those who are betting on Ted to fumble. In a year when it's been easy to be cynical, we could all use a show like Ted Lasso in our lives.
Barbecue sauce.
Number 8, The Last Dance. Michael Jordan is the very definition of a living legend, and not just in terms of basketball. This Emmy-winning documentary series explores Jordan's unparalleled career, both on and off the court.
Michael Jordan has 54 points, 60 points for Jordan, 69 points for Michael Jordan.
Through interviews and never-before-aired footage, we're given an in-depth look at Jordan's dynamics with his teammates, bosses, and the game he loves. Along the way, it touches upon historic moments we're all familiar with, such as Jordan's first retirement, and stories you probably didn't know about, such as Dennis Rodman's Vegas vacation.
Did Dennis come back on time?
He didn't come back on time. We had to go get his ass out of bed. And I'm not gonna say what's in his bed and where he was and blah, blah, blah.
There's a knock on the door. It's Michael Jordan.
Whether or not you're old enough to remember MJ's final season with the Chicago Bulls, The Last Dance will constantly catch you off guard. Nowhere is this more apparent than with Jordan's retrospective accounts, which overflow with honesty and raw humanity.
My mentality was to go out and win at any cost. If you don't want to live that regimented mentality, then you don't need to be alongside of me, because I'm gonna ridicule you until you get on the same level with me. And if you don't get on the same level, then it's gonna be hell for you.
Number 7, The Mandalorian Season 2. Fans remain divided over the recent Star Wars movies, but The Mandalorian seems to be bringing balance. The first season quickly exploded into a television phenomenon, solidifying Disney Plus as a formidable contender in the streaming wars. While season 2 isn't without surprises, it continues to deliver more of what made the first season so gripping. Intense action, immersive atmosphere, and Baby Yoda being adorable. Even when he's eating alien eggs. Above all else, this season embraces the Western roots that inspired the Star Wars franchise.
We gonna do this in front of the kid?
You've seen worse.
Right here, then?
Right here.
If Clint Eastwood is the man with no name, then Mando will be remembered as the man with no face. Even with the main character's face covered most of the time, few shows are stronger on a visual storytelling level. Number 6, The Queen's Gambit. In about a month's time, this period drama became the most watched scripted limited series on Netflix. Based on the 1983 Walter Tevis novel, The Queen's Gambit follows the unlikely story of Beth Harmon, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, who beat the odds to become Earth's greatest chess player. What fictional odds? They include her being an orphan and coming of age while coping with addiction. While its high viewership demonstrated that Netflix subscribers certainly loved it, they weren't alone.
What's your rating?
I don't have a rating.
Have you ever played in a tournament before?
No.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm sure.
Both critics and the chess community praised the miniseries. Said praise has been directed towards the acting, the writing, the fashion, and the accuracy of the chess playing, just to name a few.
I would say that it's much easier to play chess without the burden of an Adam's apple.
We'd say it's a joy to watch. Number 5, Better Call Saul Season 5. Better Call Saul has been a slower burn compared to the consistently heart-racing Breaking Bad. This penultimate season was a major boiling point, however, seeing Jimmy McGill dive headfirst into the chaotic life of Saul Goodman.
You turned you and me versus the bank into you versus me. And it is not just this, it's the same thing over and over again.
No, I kept things from you to protect you.
Better Call Saul, as well as its predecessor, has always been about the study of change. Since the first episode, we all knew that Jimmy would one day be eclipsed by Saul.
You hit? Are you shot?
The character who's arguably transformed the most, though, is Kim Wexler. Throughout this season in particular, we've watched Kim evolve from a professional career woman to a wild card who surprises even Jimmy.
It's not you. Okay, you would not be okay with it. Not in the cold light of day.
Wouldn't I?
Their relationship has made Season 5 the most fascinating yet, and we're on edge to find out what happens to them in the end. Number 4, I May Destroy You. Given the current climate, it's not surprising that so many recent shows have dealt with consent.
You can see his eyes. Yeah. Who's he looking at?
This British dramedy is one of the most unique and realistic examples.
Well, how the I feel with you telling me I've done something wrong, telling me there's something wrong with me, telling me what?
If you watched your drink.
If I what?
If you watched your drink.
Part of that is because our protagonist doesn't entirely remember the encounter, and the audience is also in the dark. Piecing together the events of that night, she's taken to places that are shocking, devastating, and at times darkly humorous, which only adds to the uncomfortable tension.
We can't articulate, we fuddle our words. We couldn't pinpoint exactly what it was he did that we felt was so wrong. So yeah, Bob thinks you're crazy.
In addition to starring, I May Destroy You was created, written, co-directed, and executive produced by Michaela Cole, who previously left her mark with the sitcom Chewing Gum. This series feels like Cole's big breakthrough, though, guaranteeing we'll be hearing a lot more about her in the years to come. Number 3, BoJack Horseman Season 6.5.
Would you say Sarah Lynn dying was your rock bottom?
I don't believe in rock bottoms. I've had a lot of what I thought were rock bottoms, only to discover another rockier bottom underneath.
Being a self-destructive cartoon character, some may compare BoJack Horseman to Rick Sanchez, Brian Griffin, or Eric Duckman. We'd go as far as to compare him to Don Draper, Walter White, or a Tennessee Williams protagonist. We could also draw parallels to more than a few once-loved celebrities who weren't what they seemed. As hilarious as this series can be, its tragic turns never failed to surprise us. And BoJack's years of reckless behavior finally caught up to him in the final 8 episodes. The penultimate The View from Halfway Down in particular is a masterpiece of animation, writing, and symbolism.
But this is it. The deed is done. Silence drowns the sound. Before I leaped, I should have seen the view from halfway down. No, I really should have thought about.
It set the stage for a fitting finale that did what the show has always done best, balancing silly moments with poignant ones.
But isn't the point of art less what people put into it and more what people get out of it?
Is that the point of art?
Maybe. Or maybe art doesn't need a point. Maybe that's why it's called art.
I can't tell if you're being smart or stupid.
Number 2, Schitt's Creek Season 6. Over the course of 6 seasons, Schitt's Creek went from having a respectable cult following to sweeping the Emmys in every key comedy category. In many respects, this sitcom's rise to success parallels the Rose family's comeback. For those who were just discovering Schitt's Creek, it was the perfect show to binge in a year like 2020. All hope seems lost for the once wealthy Roses when they arrive in the small town. Through love, friendship, and personal growth, however, they blossom like never before.
If heaven had a creek, it would be this one.
The final season reminds us that even when you're up a creek without a paddle, a happy ending may be waiting around the bend.
Sorry, what did you just say? The happy ending that the masseur gave me? I've always heard about things like that, but I've never actually gotten one. Did you have to pay extra for that?
Although we'd love to see more of the Roses, it's hard to imagine a more perfect farewell.
I love you.
Bye, son.
I'll see you soon.
Both Ted Lasso and Schitt's Creek really sparked a lot of joy for me this year, so I can't recommend either of those shows enough. However, as we've seen, neither of them is number 1. So let's get through some honorable mentions, and then we'll see what we chose as our best TV show of 2020. And I also really enjoyed it. The Haunting of Bly Manor, a perfectly splendid and spine-chilling successor to The Haunting of Hill House.
The one you were just singing?
You're Miss Clayton. You must be. Oh, and you're so pretty. I told Mars you'd be pretty. How perfectly splendid.
What We Do in the Shadows Season 2. Even funnier than Season 1, this is the definitive vampire mockumentary series.
Laszlo's his name, a slippery heathen more vile than the most vile villain, a pestilence masquerading as a man, a cowardly worm of a person.
Get your point, stranger. Sounds like a regular wacko, a real son of a bitch.
Tiger King, the perfect distraction from the madness of 2020.
I've been the cover of Hollywood Magazine twice. I have my first 2 albums that I did. This is my first album, I Saw Tiger, and this is my second album, Starstruck.
Rami Season 2, a funny and insightful exploration of the American Muslim experience.
I thought dogs were haram.
Who told you that?
My parents. But they also told me that Pokemon cards are haram, and I'm pretty sure Pokemon aren't in the Quran.
Pen 15 Season 2.0, the cringe comedy starring 2 30-something-year-olds as 13-year-olds is back.
My mom doesn't have an accent.
Are you kidding me? She has like the thickest accent I've ever heard.
No, she doesn't.
I just don't think you hear it because she's your mom.
Anna.
But I like it.
Want more Mojo? Ms. Mojo produces original, high-quality pop culture-related videos on all your favorite movies and shows. Plus, celebrity news, fashion, lifestyle, and more. Hey guys, it's Phoebe with Ms. Mojo.
My name is Sam.
My name is Eliza. And I'm Emily.
I'm Rebecca, and welcome to Ms. Mojo.
If you want videos on all the best reality shows, teen dramas, Disney movies, and sitcoms, be sure to check out Ms. Mojo for new videos every day.
Number 1, The Boys Season 2. There is no shortage of superhero shows currently on the air, although The Boys stands out as the funniest, the most shocking, and the most relevant. The series not only encourages us to take a closer look at the fictional superheroes we idolize, but also the celebrities, politicians, and corporate giants we blindly choose to place our faith in.
Well, the bad guys, they don't think like us. And so, sometimes, well, these things just happen.
Wait, this happened before?
Season 2 only upped the ante as Homelander teamed up with Ayakash's Stormfront, making for one of television's most intimidating couples.
Say you with
Heinrich Himmler. He was a lovely dancer. And that's Goebbels. And the most important man in the room.
The boys, meanwhile, picked up a few allies of their own, culminating with a mind-blowing showdown. Speaking of which, that final twist couldn't have us more pumped for Season 3. Until then, we'll continue to marvel at Season 2 in all of its bombastic glory.
Here's all I will say about our number 1 pick, The Whale. I need not say more. Anyway, what was your favorite TV show of the year, and what was your favorite TV moment of the year? Be sure to let us know in the comments, or come tell me on Twitter or Instagram at Rebecca Brayton, or on my YouTube channel. See ya!